Alright. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. I am gonna probably start this live stream with a collective reading again. Hi, Sariti. I know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I had such a strange dream today. It was interesting. I thought it was real. Then it got really weird, yeah. But I was like, I became friends with this person who felt like president or like CEO of some like company or whatever. And she was really cool, but I had to use the bathroom. And then she was like, oh, you're gonna have to like sneak in through the back and use this like building that's been like closed off for a while. And then I did that, but then like it became like an action dream and there was like a combat scene. But yeah, it was a really long dream too. But overall, it was pretty nice. I was like, that was cool. Yeah, I get very vivid dreams. In fact, every dream I get is vivid. I don't think I actually get non-vivid dreams. I don't know. Growing up, I didn't always think like that. I didn't realize how, like, I thought that how my dreams were was kind of how it might be for everybody. But over the, like, last few years, maybe the last 6 years, I started to realize that my dreams were a lot more vivid. So, yeah. I also feel like I might be missing cards from this deck, so I'm going to just count these cards. I'm going to turn off my camera briefly. How do I make the background? Trying to keep a dream journal. Ooh. I wish you luck with the dream journal. Those are challenging, honestly. It's pretty tricky to like, oh cute. It's tricky to stay consistent with those and to even remember long enough and then to write in really good details. I wish I had a second camera because then I could have one camera up here and then one camera at the cards. That'd be nice. Yeah, I think you can. I think you got this. And yeah, I feel like this is missing cards because looks like I'm about to get to the end here. We'll see. Yeah, absolutely. And that's really cool. I think yeah, I definitely feel like anything can be a sign, honestly. Because there's been like so many times where just the timing that things happen. Like earlier today, I saw a reading. I thought it was a really good reading. And then I set my phone down. Later on in the day, I decided to talk to my partner. I was like, well, I didn't um, tell them that I saw this reading, but something I said to them was because of the reading that I read. And after I said it, I got a notification on my phone, and from the reading, the tarot reader liked my comment. I was like, "What?" It like popped up at the same time, so it was very, very interesting. Eight of Wands, Knight of Wands, Ten of Wands. But where's the page? Where is the Page of Wands? I think one card is missing in the Wands suit. Let's see. Should I call someone this evening? It's been on your mind all day. Whoa. Hmm. My motto is that if you've been wanting to do it, then yes. That's what I think personally. I think, wow, I am missing quite a few cards. No, I love this deck. I'll have to look for them. They had to have fallen somewhere specifically. I think they fell actually at my dresser. So I think I know where the remaining cards could be. I thought this deck felt kind of like shorter than usual. Alright, I'll look through this later. Let's get started on your reading. Maybe behind furniture. Yeah, I think it might be behind or like under my dresser. It fell. Well, I don't know if it was this deck, but I remember cards falling behind my dresser and then like kind of falling underneath it from falling behind. One of those things that like makes sense, but also like how does it how does it just get under the dresser at that point? Yeah. So should I call someone this evening? It's been on my mind all day. Might as well. I really think might as well if it's something you really want to do. I know calls make me very nervous, so I'm a hypocrite because I wouldn't call anyone pretty much. Um, yeah, yeah. I call my sibling, see if like, yeah, but that's like entirely different. And then like that's most of my calls. And after that might be like video calling my boyfriend. Yeah. All right, but let's see. So should Srithi call someone this evening? It's been on their mind all day. The blue heron, the salmon card. Wow. So these are both really reflective cards. Asia! Hi! Happy New Year's. Wow, I just saw your message right now and it's 555. Wow. I was looking at my moderators list the other day and I saw your name on there and obviously other moderators, but I was like, whoa, it's been a while. So I was hoping I would run into you. Hi. Hi, Margaret. If maybe the universe wants you to wait. I saw the back card. Yeah, it really has. Probably at some point in 2022. But yeah, that card. I am doing free readings. Oh no. It's up to you. Are you hanging out here or are you going to be out there? Okay. Sure, you can close the door, but you can always like come in. Yeah. Alrighty. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. I ended up cutting my hair recently. Yeah. I actually have been cutting my hair for like something years now. It's not like I improved at it per se. I just like doing it. Okay, so we get the Hierophant. I really feel like this is a decision that you must make. I think that's what the universe might be saying. That there's no right or wrong. Like, I don't think the universe judges you when it comes to how often you try to contact somebody. Let's pull a card. Yes or no? Judgment. It's like your judgment call. And if you really can't decide, you could try flipping a coin. The Seven of Pentacles. I think, even though it's on your mind, some of the cards you already pulled, do I think the person will be open to it? I think, from my own experience and kind of from the cards, like with this being the last card I just pulled when you asked that, I feel like there will probably be delays, so they might not answer, perhaps, which I don't know if not answering means necessarily that they're not open to it. Depends on your connection, because sometimes people don't answer because they're asleep or they didn't see their phone or they didn't have their phone on them. All sorts of like life things could be happening. But if it's more like the person actively doesn't answer and doesn't respond and stuff, that would be like they're not open to it. But I feel like it's probably going to go to voicemail, but that doesn't mean that it will. I don't know, of course. But my own feeling is that, like, something like that, or if you do end up in conversation, that they're still not ready, but things will have changed a little bit, I think, because the back card is underneath. Well, the Seven of Pentacles is underneath the back card, and the back card is the card of like transformation, death, things like that. And the Seven of Pentacles to me is, especially in this deck, is kind of really putting emphasis on the delays. So I feel like this will help you with your judgment, like decision skills at this time. I think if it's been on your mind all day, I feel like sometimes like we can't possibly perfectly guess the timing. Try and meditate on it. Yeah, you're welcome. But there was definitely a time in my life where I was trying to reach somebody, and I was at a point where I was like, I'm just gonna go over there and see if I can like literally show up at the place at the same time that they show up there. And I parked, and like in a short time, they got there. I was like, whoa! And then we were able to talk. But yeah, so it's but that was like very rare, and that's because I knew that person very very well, and it was still really difficult to pull off. So I think timing is just really difficult when it comes to connections, all connections, of course. I'd love to do that if I could. Yeah, the best you can do is answer the call. Like, what I mean is today it's been on your mind. You've been feeling an urge to do that. That could be like your senses calling you. So if you answer that call, you're like, okay, honestly, if I didn't have fear stopping me, I would just try this right now. I would try that. As long as it's like a safe thing, I believe in safety, of course, but I do think fear can still stop us even from doing stuff that is virtually safe. I think it's virtually safe to attempt to call somebody. So yeah, that's my advice. And I think doing it, regardless of the outcome, you'll feel at least good for doing it. Because there was also those times where like I would call someone and literally just they never ever answer, uh, which didn't make me feel good. But looking back, I'm like, I made my efforts, and like, yeah, and I don't regret them. So you're welcome. All right, and so today I'm going to be picking readings that I want to do, uh, based on them being free readings. If you donate, I will prioritize and give you a reading, guaranteed. But yeah, I want to give a reading to Asia. So, Asia, if you're here, let me know your question. In the meantime, I'm going to look at Margaret's question. Who is my daughter information for benefits? Father, will the person get caught? So I'm gonna be real honest. I don't understand your question, unfortunately. Thank you, Sweetie. I hope everyone is doing well. Person who used your daughter information. Will they get caught? So I don't particularly like doing like legal related readings, but I will flip a card anyway. It's like a yes or no, or just a message in regards to that situation. I get this supernova card. The Six of Pentacles. I feel like eventually that very well may happen. That they'll get caught. The binary system. And the Two of Swords. But whatever bad outcome may have happened won't change. But I feel like they probably will get caught. Just based off of going off of how I feel. Hello. Hi, Favor. I'm going to open this drink. Yeah. Go ahead and drop your question. I'll be honest with you, Margaret. I really don't think a reading will tell you who did it. And it's very vague. I feel like if it's truly important to you, you will figure things out. And yeah. Hi, Sherry. Will I get back together with the tea? I'm doing pretty good. If anyone's worrying about how I'm doing right now, I'm just tired, honestly. I mean, I'm not like exactly great, but I'm doing better than how I might look at times. Like, I know I might look very tired and not like smile a ton and be like really up there with the energy on the channel, always smiling. That's just because I feel pretty comfortable with myself. So that's how I'm doing. How are you? I was just checking some email from YouTube. Just some sort of update. So I get the Five of Swords. Yeah. You can ask a question. Hi, Miss King. So today I'm not doing any particular list, just because I think it'll be hard for me to keep up. So I'm going to be just doing readings as we go. So keep that in mind. So it'll be kind of random. And then we get the Knight of Swords. And the Nine of Pentacles. My guess is that you might not get back together with this person. That doesn't mean this is a definite thing. Like, the future is not set in stone, so anything can always happen. But I think energetically, it feels like that the connection wasn't a very stable one, that there's still a lot of self-work to do, maybe for both people, and You might both be benefiting right now from your independence. You might notice that you have a lot more time to accomplish things or to really work on your career or skills in life when it comes to sustaining yourself, and when it comes to healing and coming up with like healthy changes into your life, whether it's like more exercise or like finding a new workout routine that works really well for you, or like nice healing movement practice, whether it be yoga or something. Those are just examples. Even just working on like your sleep schedule, these are all things that become easier to do independently than with a partner. So I feel like there's not a very strong foundation right now. So I think it's kind of like it may be a time of letting it go, because I do feel like it's something. How I feel about partnership is that like they're with me now or they're not with me. Now that's different with friendships of all kinds, but with a very specific relationship, and it's even with, so for example, when I entered a relationship with my boyfriend, in the beginning, I didn't really mind having time apart and taking breaks, or if they changed their mind about all of this. But once we got more and more invested and we were like all in with the investment in like the relationship in ourselves and each other, um, now it's like if things ever like permanently ended as like a breakup, it almost feels like it would be over, and then like I wouldn't be able to go back. But actually, that hurt way more because me and my partner have broken up several times. But each time, I'm just like, do I really want to go down this route? Do I want to grow as people independently right now? Because when I foresee that happening, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna outgrow the connection altogether if I do that. Like I could see it happening. Um, so I think it's like, how important is this connection? How much did you invest in each other? How much do you know each other? Um, yeah, and how much just true love do you genuinely feel about this connection? And is it enough of a feeling? Is all of the issues, the flaws, and all of that, is it enough for you to be able to be like, okay, I'm willing to let go of my anger about this. And actually, I have let go of the anger in this moment because I'm grieving now instead of being angry. If all of that applies to your situation, my advice would be, if you really want something to work out with someone that you've had breakups on and off, the longer you give yourself time to heal could be the best thing for you. But in terms of for the relationship itself, that might not actually be the case. For some people, having a lot of time apart is just what they needed. But I think you could get at least the conversation and an agreement of like, let's not give up on this, but let's take time apart. Like, so I would say try to like really go for it and connect and communicate if this connection feels safe and if it feels like it matters that much to you. That is my advice. Um, but I think at the rate things are going, it's kind of like a moving on and finding someone who treats you better type of a situation. But I don't think anyone has an actual right to tell you how you deserve to be treated or if the relationship is right for you or not. I think you are the person who gets to decide that and unfortunately has to decide that. For me, I hate making decisions. I hate having to figure out what I think is the right answer and then going with it. Because I very well know I could be wrong. But I think it's especially when it comes to your relationships with love life, a partner, you're going to have to decide. pretty much. So that's what I've got there for your reading. Let's see. Hi, Steph. I'm going to do a reading for Sherry. And welcome in, Just Me. Yeah, you can ask. I'm just going to let everyone know that today I'm doing readings at random just because my mod at this time is unable to create a list. And if I were to create a list, you all would see how much longer it would get. So I think at this moment, you're more likely to get a reading if I just answer randomly. And if any of you want me to prioritize your reading and donate to the channel, that helps me a lot. A little goes a long way. So you can always donate and let me know in the comments. I have links down in the description below for that. But I'm going to answer Sherry's question. And welcome in, everybody. Does Thomas have feelings for me? Will he talk to me? You're welcome, Favor. All right, let's see. Does Thomas have feelings for Sherry? Will he talk to you? I just got the Knight of Swords again, and I think that's interesting. But I am gonna just kind of like shuffle, and I'll see what comes through. Alrighty, these ones. Let's see. Hi, Benita. Welcome in. So today I'm not doing a list just because my mod is unable to really be here and put in that energy right now to create a list for everyone. So I will be doing readings at random today, but if anyone wants to donate, they can check out the description below for donation links, and I will prioritize that reading and create a list for donations. But yeah, so I got the ace, or not the ace, the 8 of Wands, number 2, Venus, the Ace of Cups, and the 4 of Swords. I would say that he wants to, this is a mutual attraction. I do feel like there's like mutual feelings there. And I think you've thought on it for a while and you've given things time. And I think Thomas has as well. So I think there's feelings there and a desire to communicate. I know people can take a really long time to like make a move, and sometimes there's plenty of people where they just end up too afraid. So my advice is if you feel in your heart a strong connection, I think you could try reaching out and see what happens. And if the person doesn't respond to that very much or very well, then you kind of have your answer. Will he do it soon? I've got the King of Pentacles, Page of Wands. I could see it taking, I think like it's not at the top of their list. And because of like social anxiety, they're like, yeah, I'm interested in doing that. But they might like sort of just go with the flow. So I don't think they have a particular time on when they would do it. So I do think this is a go with the flow kind of a person. That's my guess. Let's see. The 10 of Cups. So yeah, I think you could try reaching out to this person, and even then, this person might take time before getting back to you. This is my guess. This is my overall impression of this person. The Nine of Pentacles. They might actually be a pretty independent person, self-sufficient. But that doesn't mean that they don't want love or partnership. They just might not know exactly what they want, even if they have feelings for people or for you. So that's what I've got for you. Alrighty. Does Karen sorry, I don't know if this is meant to be a funny comment. Does Karen still see me as Bella from Twilight Saga? Yes or no? I'm wondering, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know too much about the Twilight Saga, but I do have a few loved ones that love the Twilight series. Aw, thank you, Sherry. It's not a good thing. Oh, it's not good to see you as Bella. Why would so? Yeah, I'll just go with your question. I'm not sorry. I don't know too much about the Twilight Saga lore. Don't people like Bella? I don't know. She's like the main character, right? All right, let's see what comes up though. Does Karen still see you as Bella from Twilight Saga? Yes or no? All right, yes or no. Honest answer from Spirit. This is like a yes to me, like yes, but also it's a positive card. So positive card doesn't necessarily just mean yes. Positive might mean like they view you positively, and if it's positive, that's no. So this is something that like I have to understand more about Twilight as a series and Bella. I'll pull a few more cards. 10 of Cups and the 7 of Cups. I see. So, and then the 5 of Wands. I mean, I got like 2 yeses and 2 nos. Yeah, you're welcome. I feel like there's just like a lot of conflict with that connection, but I guess that's not really the question. But yeah. Alrighty. Let's see. If anyone has a question, go ahead and drop it. Alright. It's profound. Let's see. Do you regret what you did? King of Cups. Hmm. I think he mostly doesn't regret it. So I don't know if that resonates. And then Knight of Wands. I think the amount of guilt they could feel is smaller compared to the amount of like um, feeling like they can just do whatever in life. I don't know. But I'm leaning towards like in terms of like does he regret what he did? Not really. Whoa. He might want to actually just like separate. So that's what I'm getting. But I could be wrong since obviously I don't know the connection for this person. But I did the last card I got was like the Devil's card, and it kind of just like flew that way. So I think you guys were very dependent or very connected for a while, but I feel like something happened where now this is sort of an opportunity to break free, and I think this person is taking that opportunity, and that they want to do that. So for some reason, I keep feeling like saying no, but empathetically, I want to say yes. But if I were to just go off of like a guess, my intuition, I think maybe that this person is wanting to continue with the separation of sorts. Two more cards, King of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. But I do think like this might be what's best as well, whatever outcomes occur. Yeah. So that's what I have for you. Yeah, you're welcome. And I'm just one reader, and I don't honestly think any reader knows ultimately. So other readers could get a different answer, but that is what I got. Oh, and yeah, thank you everybody for liking this video. That's very much appreciated. Steph, you should get a reading. Drop your question. And yeah, it should be a free reading. No. Okay. You're so sweet. I'm gonna set some cards down, and whatever your question is, I'll look up what the cards are and just kind of give an answer off of that. This one might be. Yeah. I might take reversals as a message because that card kind of wanted to flip the other way. We'll just see. It'll depend on what the card is. Alrighty, almost 7 cards for now. Alrighty, I'm gonna take a quick break. So wow, that was cool. The music on that, whatever that was, video clip is all it says on Restream. But the music from that reminds me of this one video game that I played. Thank you. Okay. Yes. I appreciate that. Alrighty. That helps me. So I appreciate the donation. Alrighty. Alright, let's do it. I have been getting clarity as a tarot reader though. I'm like, I do like my tarot readings, and I'm noticing a theme of stuff that happens, and with giving certain people readings, especially that they're free, and it's like, it's just free advice. You take it or leave it, but I've been getting a lot of kind of like reflection on that. And I think people who just kind of keep an open mind and just like the message, I feel like, yeah, that's really sweet energy. But I don't know. Can you relate, Steph? I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like the receptivity, and just like what people are expecting from readings. And it's like, I think I get self-conscious about my own readings because it feels like people suddenly have more right to judge me or something. But in truth, people are just choosing who to judge because they have more power or ability to do it in that setting. Kind of like when people complain at like a restaurant, or they leave like a Yelp review where they can like hold some sort of power and feel like they can like kind of give their thoughts. This isn't about anyone in particular, like with the live stream or anything. This is just like over the years as a tarot reader, and like why that may happen. Oh, I'm always on point. Thank you. Yeah, I'm always gonna be like very unsure as a Pisces. I don't think every Pisces is like that, but I think most Pisces can relate to uncertainty in some sort of really familial way. It's like, it's difficult to put it. Like Pisces is really out of this world. But yeah. Seems yeah, it always seems to be the people with the free readings especially. And not always. Sometimes people will donate and things like that. But yeah, Crystal Baby 1111. Hello. I like your cat profile picture. But yeah, that's enough ranting for now. I think you pretty much get what I'm talking about. But I've been getting clarity on that, and I'm like, I am preparing for if I ever get like any like harassment or anything like that from people. I'm like, no, I think like while I am sensitive and may feel like a fragile being a lot of the time, I also feel quite fierce, and like I can just sort of say my thoughts and be like, I'm still going to be the main character of my life. So, like, whatever another person says, I'm going to find a way to reason or logic my way out. So, yeah, my day is going good. I'm actually having a pretty good day today. Yeah, even though it's a new year, it's, of course, been quite stressful, pretty rough in a lot of ways, but I'm making an effort. I'm trying to be hopeful and trying to really figure things out so I can get a really good outcome in the upcoming months. I had a really big goal for the 15th, and then like sadly I didn't make that goal, and I put a lot of pressure on myself. But now that that day has passed, and I think everything got taken care of anyways, I'm like, well, I did my part. I will keep doing my best. And hopefully I get to a point where if needed, I can do like everyone's part if needed, but like just as like a safety net measure. But yeah. So that's how my day's going. That's some stuff I'm reflecting on right now. I'm about to do a reading for Steph. So let's see. More info on DS business model. How will it go this week? Me setting things up like the week ahead. Okay, that's interesting. I pulled 7 cards and you asked for about the week ahead. So that's really cool. Thank you, Crystal Baby 1111. I feel that. I really do. Like, I felt like 2022 really, I needed that. And in many of my life goals, some stuff happened that I was hoping would happen in 2022. So I'm like, maybe, just maybe, more of the things that I hope would happen this year are also going to happen. So I'm getting excited just thinking about it. I'm like, I do like to believe that, like, manifestations, wishes come true, gifts, and things like that, that I like living a life where my life is a gift instead of a curse. Because I grew up my whole life being told my life is a curse and being treated as though it's a curse and feeling and so forth and so forth. Like, in every way or another, it was quite bleak and hopeless. And literally, anytime I would have hope, people would come along the way to, like, try and like um, diminish that hope at all and any cost. But um, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, I'd like my life to be a gift. And in some ways, like, stuff just keeps happening anyways, but in other ways, I get to appreciate when the good things do happen. Kind of a little bit more. Just a bit more is how it feels like, just like having faith or holding on to hope, and then something really good just happening, and like feeling like it's just because you are kind and loving and good, and that naturally you deserve good things. Like, something about karma I really like. But yeah. Okay. So Steph had to use the restroom. Really claim my tarot live reading space because it is my space. Yes. And now I really don't let anyone make me feel inferior or harassed. But I used to, for sure. Whoa. Yeah. I think people will always feel a certain way or judge a certain way that could make me, like, make the angles or the narrative, like, be a certain way. But then, like, how much do I feel like exposing it or like rewriting the narrative to something that feels like, here it is, and here's my channel, and here's how it's going to be. I do kind of let things slide a lot, but that's also because I think the term is called, like, microaggressions, where it's like the things are so socially nuanced that the person could back up and be like, oh, whoa, I just said it's whatever. Like, because everything is so casual and nuanced a lot of the times and just thrown out there, people have, like, the ability to, like, try and go back and, like, rewrite more if you try to, like, question um how you felt treated by someone. You could be like, hey, this is how I felt. And they could be like, no, 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 you misunderstood. I'm just being polite and respectful. But it's like, were you really? Or is it just like someone feels differently and they're pointing it out, and then now you're disagreeing with how they feel you made them feel? Yeah. So I'm getting a lot of, like, reflection about upbringing and, like, being around, like, being raised by people, especially by, yeah, when, like, they don't fully have all of the emotional maturity figured out to actually care for another. So, but these are all tangents. I was about to do a reading for Steph, but she actually had to go to the restroom. So if anyone else wants to get a reading right now, let me know. And I will circle back and do Steph's reading in a little bit. I'll pin a comment. There you go. And then we pin this. Yes. So absolutely. And I hope you enjoy the reading. My readings do tend to be a lot more open-ended and vague, but I do pull the cards and I do pick up on stuff. So yeah. I just feel like specific questions with tarot, they don't go together. And I think it's important. I mean, every reader is different. There's definitely readers out there for everyone. So for people who want like specific questions, they can always find one of those channels. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the reader is going to give them the true result of what's to come. It just means that they'll give more of the answer that the person really wanted. Oh, all right, let's see. Can my friendship with Vitalis, who's a Leo, be repaired? See, now I like this reading. I like this reading already. I should have known. Cat profile picture. I should have just already known that you're going to be so sweet. So let's see. I'm not sure if he wants to hear from me anymore. We kind of grew apart, and I know it's partially my fault, but I'm hoping to reconnect. Wow, I hope so too. Like, this person should know that you're a true friend. The fact that you care, the fact that you are willing to take accountability and responsibility for how you play your own part in connections. Like, that shows a lot of maturity. Can I ask what your sign is? Can you be a Pisces? I've been asking around. I'm like, are there any Pisces out there? Some people have said yes. But funny enough, oops, a lot of people have ended up being a Leo every time I've asked. But yeah. An Aquarius. Whoa, that's cool. Okay, let's see. Can my friendship with Vitalis be repaired? Six of Wands. I think it's possible. I think there's a likelihood just based off of that question or that card alone. The King of Swords. Wow. I feel like there might be a strong need to communicate and to reach out. Once again, I could be wrong about this. So, but based off of the energy, I think so. Kind of grew apart. No, it's partially your fault, but you're hoping to reconnect. It sounds like it was a pretty peaceful, just like distancing that happened. It's possible that your friendship with this person, that they could be wondering the same thing if you want to reconnect. The Seven of Pentacles. I think if you gave it time, you would possibly hear from this person. Hi, Melody. Thank you. I'm doing good. Just don't know where we stand and if he would still care. I think this person still cares. Hi, Seashell Case. The Empress. I think you're a dear friend to this person, that you're important to this person. The Seven of Swords, but you're right. I think they don't share that. I think part of the problems with the connection was that they were very like, they kept a lot to themselves. Like one of those people who, suffer in silence, so to speak, or they don't tell you what's going on, even though they feel really like deeply. So that sounds like this person. I feel like you do mean a lot to this person, actually. And this person might feel bad that they never fully got to tell you that. It's so funny. Earlier, I was talking about how, like, I don't know and everything's vague. But I feel like this is sort of the message. So I hope that resonates, and I hope that rings true. And then the Chariot card. And I think hearing this might help you decide on what you want to do to move forward when it comes to that friendship. I think if it's a real solid friendship, both people should feel comfortable to communicate. So I think hopefully you feel comfortable trying to reach out at some point. I wouldn't leave it all up to this person to reach out because Vitalis, they may or may not, but I think if you like want this friendship to repair, then over time it very well may do that. Alrighty. I'm glad. In a romantic relationship before, but always had a strong friendship connection. I feel like you have a good shot of remaining friends then. Like I think you could really stay connected in some level. Obviously with that history, things won't ever like always be the same as it was, but I do think you've got a good shot. I also have a really good friend who is an Aquarius who was in a romantic relationship with a Leo, and they were like my role models in terms of relationships. And when they officially had broken up, I was so surprised and like, but I wasn't like so confused or anything. I was like, relationships are really tricky. Um, and I think they both handled it so lovingly, but they ended up remaining connected in some way afterwards and still like are friends basically. So that's an interesting parallel. And yes, seashell case. Can I ask if there is a past life energy between me and Shomari? And what was it? Okay. So, my own views about like past life stuff is that like hopefully we'll get to see it with all clarity and certainty like in the next life, so to speak. But I do think there are people who like show up here on earth with either a lot more memory or confidence about their past life. Oh, and I'll go ahead and do a reading for you as well, Melody. But yeah, so how I feel with my own memory is that like, so for example, I am not like super sure of past life stuff, but it's kind of like, how do I even say my perspective? Example, let's say someone asks me about playing bikes or playing racing video games or like driving. And I'm like, oh, I don't know anything about driving. But then I end up in a test and someone's like, all right, if you had to answer this question, multiple choice, like A, B, C, or D, which one of these represents how to fix this issue with the clutch in a manual automobile? I would probably answer it correctly. So silly. But anyways, that's kind of how it goes for me. So like that is how I feel about past life stuff. I'm like, oh, I don't know. But then like if I were to think about it, I'm like, oh, here's probably what my past lives were. And then it gets pretty specific. So it's pretty silly. An example I have of that was when I was born and started speaking more. I remember vaguely, and then my parents remember more vividly, that I kept asking them questions about reincarnation. I didn't have the word for the word reincarnation, but I was like, hey, I think all this stuff happened. Is this a thing? Do you know what I'm talking about? And they're like, you're talking about reincarnation. And then I grew up in an atheist household, so they were like, that's not real. Don't worry. Plenty of people have that belief, but that's not real. But it's like I was like 3 and I came up with the idea myself in a closed house where we didn't have TV really. We didn't have internet much. Like we just had like the house. So I've had stuff like that as like my experience in terms of like how I feel about past lives and reincarnation and whatnot. Leo1111, I do remember your username, in case you were wondering. Yeah, and it looks like I'm getting a few different questions, and I keep ranting, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started on Seashell Case is reading, and I'll try to get to everyone. And if anyone wants to support the channel, please feel free and like this video. If you want to donate for a reading, that is always appreciated as well. And if you do, just let me know, and then I can check that and do like an extended read. So, can I ask, if there is a past life energy between me and Shomari, the Five of Swords, I feel like it's like you can't quite remember, but you feel such a strong familiarity. It's like deja vu. These connections frustrate me sometimes, but they're very, in my opinion, very real. So, and then the King of Wands, yeah. You remember me too. It's been so long. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Check out my channel. I've been live consistently over like a week now. So hopefully I'm here more regularly. So stay tuned. I'm going to be trying to upload videos again as well. I did a pick a card recently. What is this past life connection? Six of Swords. I do think this is someone who has regret about how they handled things with you, maybe in this life as well, but especially in your past life. Angelica, thank you for subscribing. And let me know if that hits, like, if that resonates with you, Seashell Case, that this person, you get this strong feeling that you meant a lot to each other, and that somehow or another, like, things, like, ended up in, like, hardships. Like, I think the relationship in a past life had a lot of hardships and caused you to literally get up and leave and move on. And you're like, I believe that I can experience something different. And that left this person to think a lot about their past mistakes. And I think in this life, it's possible that they can maybe get some things right. That's the connection I'm picking up on between you and Shomari. So this person might really take this connection seriously in this current life. So I hope that resonates. But yeah. Hi, Snubby. Alrighty. Having dreams. I feel like he's hurt me somehow, but I don't even really talk to him in this current life, but there's something there. That all sounds like the message, yeah. I think anyway, at least to me, that kind of like how I felt about the cards, that like lines up when I read that. Feels like we have history. I can't explain it. Yeah. You have no idea how much I relate to that. Yeah. I do think past life connections, while they're powerful and strong, I think they're past life for a reason. Hi, Snubby. Alrighty. Hi, Danny. All right. Let's do this, everybody. So I'm going to do a reading for Melody. So Melody, let me know if you're still here. I hope you are. Does Yanis? Does Giannis have something in mind for us? If yes, can I please know what? Ooh. Well, hi. Welcome. Does Giannis have something in mind for us? Oh, okay. The first time, was it Yanis? Do they have anything in mind for us, for that connection, Melody? The Ten of Cups. I think. Okay, cool. Oh. Okay, well, obviously, you know, relationships are challenging, and there's a lot of, honestly, people who are just not ready, and uh like immature men or whatever, for example, in the dating world. But I think that this person has like really strong feelings for you. That's just what I'm gonna say with the 10 of Cups. How do I say anything different, you know? And like rainbows, I'm just like, this person might feel like life is brighter when you're around. Your name is Melody too, and like Melody is like a musical, or like music. So that's cool. Let's see. What might they have in mind? The World card. I think you know. I think maybe this person has hopefully been honest about their feelings with you and that they like you. So that's what I get. And you definitely deserve someone that's like super upfront and honest and can just be like, these are my feelings. The Queen of Swords. Yeah, but it might be like that this is on their mind. So maybe you haven't talked a lot quite yet. Welcome back, Steph. But yeah, I do think this person like emotionally feels really strongly about the connection and like daydreams about what life would be like together and if life circumstances were different. So maybe in life, like you're both in financially difficult situations, life is really complicated, like what like the routine is in your day versus Yanis's day. It could be very different. So they might, what's on their mind is like, how do I make a fresh start? How do I like shift life to go in a new direction? We haven't talked in a while. Yeah, that's very interesting. I would maybe reach out to this person and see. um I guess it just depends on where you're both at in life and how you feel, because I definitely think like I've had certain relationships or connections with people where we were very like strong feelings and we really wanted to see what it would be like living life together. But due to circumstances, oh, car's broken down, this, and that, all the things that like make the timing not work out, it ends up just being like what it is. So obviously it depends on your circumstances. But if it's something that like you could both make some sort of effort towards, I think it would be worth a shot. Personally, based off of just this energy and how I feel. All right, welcome back, Steph. So I'm gonna do a reading. Steph donated earlier. So donations will take priority over free readings. So if anyone like wants that, but if you're able to be patient and stick around, I do tend to kind of go through the whole list and get everyone. You might have to remind me. There's no particular list today, so just keep that in mind. Let's see. You're welcome, Melody. It sounds like a very good connection, personally. Supports your business, etc. Like he actually seems to be making up for something. Get karmic energy. Yeah. All right. Oh, and thank you for the likes. Everyone who likes this video, that's very much appreciated. All right, let's see. More info on the DS business model. How will it go this week? Setting things up, etc. Got the devil's energy. I'm saying it's becoming a lot of, or I'm seeing that it's becoming a lot of pressure at first. Saturn reversed though with the Ace of Cups. I do think that your heart is still in it though. Like, I don't think you can transition into this right away, but I think that you're not going to give up on this right now either throughout the week. You're going to give it a shot. The 7 of Cups, I do think it's still going to be like more realistically, there's going to be trials and tribulations or whatever. Like, it's not going to be all perfect. I think like maybe how that channel was for that person, that it went very like always on the upswing of luck. There's a lot of people out there where that just happens. I do feel like you might have a more realistic experience where it's like the ups and downs. And I think that person on the channel, probably if I were to watch her videos, she would probably explain that it was ups and downs and that it wasn't all just like a perfect start, but that over time it worked out. Next, we get the Satellite and the 10 of Cups. I do think you would maybe get some positive experience by the end of a week's worth of work when it comes to this business model. And then the 2 of Pentacles. I do think it would end up being like a financially successful thing in a small way. You might get your first stuff out there, and then you might actually get like a purchase or like, one transaction or something when it comes to whatever the DS business model is. So that's what I'm getting there. And then I pulled some final cards as well to go with all of the energy about what we can see as the like guiding energy from each part of the week. So the beginning, we've got Dragonfly and Snake, which is needing to see through deceptions, illusions, and transmuting that energy into something raw and true and productive. So I feel like you'll be seeing through what sounds legit and not legit in the beginning stages. And this doesn't have to be about just the business model. This could just be about life, like illusions and like self-limiting beliefs, for example, I believe can be an illusion. And that might be something that you're shattering, seeing through, and transmuting into something positive. So I do think this is going to be a really healing experience for you. You're going to just simply see that a lot of how maybe a past life, like being raised by others or just like school, like upbringing and etc. environment of people who didn't believe in you or put negative, like, oh, how are you going to succeed or how are you going to take care of yourself? The doubts, the doubters, and it could be self-doubt if not from other people at all. But those, I think, are going to be shattering, those illusions. And you'll be able to feel more like, this is going to be like facing those fears and being like, okay, let's see, were the haters right? Were the doubters correct? Let's find out. I'm open to, being like the Fool card in tarot, being the Fool and possibly getting it quote unquote wrong. And you'll basically be able to shatter those illusions, see through them, and be like, wow, haters really just gonna hate. So I think that's happening, especially in the beginning right now. And I think that just happened with me in this like day. I've had a very interesting couple days. The middle of the week, we've got Badger and Raccoon. These just keep going together. It's like, see how these kind of go? And then the Badger and Raccoon, honestly, like, have the same color themes. So the Badger is all about you're going for what you want and you're getting what you want because you're the Badger. You get what you want and like you accomplish it. The Raccoon, the reasoning is not just for yourself. It's also for you want to help others. The Raccoon is a very family-oriented card. Obviously, that doesn't have to talk about family in a traditional sense. Just anyone that you feel family with, basically. That's always like how you decide in that moment. And yeah. So that's the middle of the week. The end of the week is the Lizard card. 1 second. Alrighty. Yeah, they do go together. The Wizard card and the Mouse card. So the wizard, or not wizard. Basically, though, lizards are wizards. The lizard card is the dream message, and the mouse is the the keyword that it said on my book was scrutiny, but there must be a specific word for it. To me, it's studious. So I think you're going to get big dreams at the end of the week. They don't have to be literal dreams, but hopes and dreams types of big dreams. And that's going to help you focus in on what you need to focus on to continue working on this business model. I do think this is something that's going to pay off in the long run. It's definitely going to be a good experience in this present moment to help you as of right now. I think your business model and just what businesses you run may just change and transform over the years. But this is definitely helping you get your foot through the door, or whatever the saying is. So yeah, that's what I have for you when it comes to this business model and this upcoming week. Alrighty. So I'm going to be answering questions kind of at random. Let's see. General reading in love. And Angelica, if you're here, I want to do a reading from you as well. Let's do a general reading in love. Yeah, I'm excited too. Also, I'm feeling tempted to watch the whole video. Maybe I'll give that a try. But you may know this, but I get very stressed out about knowing that I have a website and so I'm not sure if I'll actually do it, but also it could be worth a try. I keep going back and forth. I think I'll let you focus on it for now, and you can let me know how it goes. Hi, Angelica. So there's no particular list right now. If you want to be prioritized for readings, you could always donate. I am doing them randomly in kind of the order I see them. But all that being said, I did not skip you. In the order, Leo1111 did message me a question just before you got here. At least that's how it is on my live chat. So I know with internet connections, sometimes people's chats are in different order, but yeah, just letting you know. Can I get a general in love? I'm also, no, never mind. So yeah, can I get a general reading in love? Leo 1111. Supernova. Generally, something big and important will happen for you as well when it comes to your love life. Ace of Pentacles. It will be quite life-changing, but there is this sensation of who knows when or how. And I think the fear of what if it never happens, or what if there's not a person that I will meet, gets in your own way sometimes in life. Yeah. Yeah, Leo 1111's been here for years now. I think they found my channel in the first year that I started. The Star card. Yeah, I do think you'll have to kind of just put yourself out there and really have experiences where you're interacting with others to kind of put those coins in the love slot machine type of a thing. I do feel that's important. I feel every crush, even if you never said words, those sensations, those wonderments, those what ifs, I think they all are mini successes towards opening up to the right person and getting to come together with someone if that's what you want in life. Yeah. The Comet card, but you might have a lot of things that hold you back. Fear, your own intuition, just your own knowledge of how you've been hurt in life before, if you've experienced how it's been unsafe to be open or to be honest, those things now become not helpful, even though they were part of our survival tools before. So I do think there's stuff holding you back. And I do think you're getting out of it. And I do think you're becoming more hopeful and healing. So that's what I'm getting as a general love reading for you. And that the more you kind of like keep going, the more you will kind of make it to that point where you see hope. And when you feel more confident and you like really trust. Mm-hmm. So that's what I've got as a general reading. So Angelica, will I regret shifting my course to business administration? I feel like people will trust me less when I apply my goal to the future. But I know I need the education too. Will I regret it? Yes or no? Dark matter. I don't think you will. I think you're doing what you feel is right. And I think like we can't see all of the big picture happening around us, and that we are perhaps being guided, protected, and that like there is someone or some force of energy or being, whatever, spirit guides, for example, that are rooting for you and believe in your vision. So yeah, I don't think you'll regret it. If it's what you feel like doing, and if it's for your goal, for the future that you want, I don't think you'll regret it. And the Wheel of Fortune, I think it might actually play out in your favor. Obviously, I like the Wheel of Fortune is about there always being ups and downs in life, but I think you'll end up not regretting. You'll end up appreciating all of it in the end, hopefully. That's what I've got as a quick reading for you. Hi, Mia May 34. Welcome in. I also see a question from Miss King. Miss King was here earlier. There's also a reading question from someone named Dottie. And I also would like to do that reading as well. So, hi. Thank you for being here. I actually will be heading out pretty soon, but I appreciate everyone doing readings with me. So I'll probably be doing a few more free readings. If anyone wants to donate to the channel to get a reading, and if you appreciate my content and my services, then yeah, I have links in the description below and you can let me know. Miss King, may I ask a question? What is the Taurus in my heart current thoughts about me? Pulsar. I think they're keeping an open mind to if you reconnect and wish you well and have warm, positive thoughts towards you. Mia May! Oh, thank you. That is so appreciated. I actually wasn't expecting that. I've just been doing a bunch of free readings, so I'm like, okay, like I'll like put myself out there, but like I basically didn't really have much expectation. So that actually means so much. So yeah, you will be next on the readings. And I hope I give you a good reading. Please let me know how I do. Oh, wow. Alrighty. A few more cards about the Taurus in your heart. Aw. The Three of Swords. I do think this person is deeply wounded about things. I would guess that in terms of a love reading, that means this person perhaps misses you. But I think no matter how much this person misses people, they can get real good at trying to take care of themselves, type of a thing. Hi, Dottie. I actually wanted to do a reading for you, but I haven't gotten to you. I actually just got a donation, so I'll be doing that reading first. But yeah, I did not miss you, so don't worry. Like I saw your reading and I haven't skipped it or anything. And I actually was wanting to do it next. But I'll have to do a donation reading first. So let's see. Queen of Swords and the Page of Wands. What are some final messages I can say? I think they support you and that they wish you well, and they actually do think you have what it takes to succeed in this world, just like them or just like the rest of us, you know? And I do think they have an open mind a little bit to the possibility of seeing you in the future, like reconnecting. But I think with the Pulsar card, they're kind of like free spirit, like in this like planet orb, and they're like, wherever I end up, I end up. So yeah, they're kind of on a journey. They don't know where they're going to end up, but I do think they really like their freedom. So that's exciting. And that's what I've got for their current thoughts about you. I think they definitely like you. I think like they are maybe at a point where they're just comfortable with where things are at. You're welcome. Oh no. Okay. I'll do a quick reading. Mia May 34, go ahead and drop your reading, your question, or whatever you want the reading on. I'm going to do a reading real quick for Dottie. Does Paul love me romantically? Whoa. Okay. Let's see. I'm getting to pull all of these cards. Interesting. I got the 10 of Wands and Wormhole. Jupiter, the Fool, Page of Swords, Nebula, and the 5 of Cups. I think Paul is still figuring his own feelings out. This could be like identity, sexuality, what do I want out of life? Like, who am I? Like, what is life? I think this is kind of Paul's energy. So if Paul seems like someone who's kind of generally a nervous person, that's kind of what I'm getting. And if they're actually more so like a really seemingly confident, straightforward person, then I guess there's that. But I'm leaning towards that this person feels like troubled emotionally. And that I feel like this person deep down probably figuring themselves out. Like, who am I? So if I were to guess, I think they feel a deep friendship, but I could be wrong. And well, like romance in like, it depends on like if you mean like including all like 100% there, like sexual chemistry, romance type of a thing. I think that's like a question mark. But in terms of like a connection and like maybe you guys are like best friends or something, type of romance. That's what I pick up on. But I could be wrong, but these are the cards that came out. Jupiter and the Fool to me says that this person's still growing and that they like have or they're keeping an open mind. So I think they think about you and they wonder about if there's something more like romantic. But I think you'd have to work on it together, communicate and get to know each other to know. We're in a relationship for years, but he treats me like a friend. So yeah, I think that resonates then. I do feel like that might be about sexuality. Let me know if you've been wondering that because I myself am very much gay. So I'm in a relationship currently. I have a boyfriend. And there's a lot about like instilled homophobia in men. And it's not even necessarily that, yeah, that's like kind of like, well, that's interesting. That was like the vibe I was, but it's not even all about discovering if like, oh, I'm absolutely gay. It's like people genuinely, when you have certain like gay feelings, you then question any feelings that are quote unquote not gay. You're like, well, then am I just lying if I say I have these feelings that wouldn't be called gay? But I know a part of me, a big part of me, maybe my entire part of me is 1,000,000% gay. It makes us question and doubt all the other feelings that we have that are the societal norm. So I think this might be what's keeping Paul troubled. And yeah, everyone, like for many years, I would deny the whole thing that if anyone asked if I was like gay, I'd be like, absolutely not. Like, I definitely know I'm not. But internally, I had so much going on and it sucked. So, thank you, Dottie. Wow, it's very interesting because like if you do go back at some point on this video, you'll see when you weren't here, I was like the readings I was interested in was Miss King and then doing a reading for you. I hadn't looked at your question. I just liked your message for some reason. And it just feels like something is like there with all of that. But yeah, my point is like even though I feel strongly that like being not gay is pretty much like a myth that's been perpetuated as a societal norm that is just like, yeah, um a person like Paul, for example, could feel differently or still deny or reject any possibility of those feelings and be like, no, I'm definitely this. They could truly mean it, or there could be something going on, but it's up to the individual to decide. So I'll never claim someone else's identity and be like, this is what it is for sure. But I do think like the upbringing that the world we were all raised into, that the norm is like whatever about sexuality and all the narratives taught about it have been more detrimental actually than just creating a world where we all just say like, hey, love is fluid and everyone's gay in some extent. If you love yourself, that's essentially gay. So if we were raised in a world where it was normal to be anything and to love anyone, it would be way easier, I think, for people to try dating in a healthier way and to get forward moving and to find a person that actually works with them. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've got there. Let me read your last messages. And thank you. Oh, I'm glad. Asked him and he denies it. I think it's beyond cruel if he is gay and just using me as a quote unquote decoy to keep up appearances to family, etc. Everything I'm saying is so true. I think that actually is cruel. And that was actually one of the things that held me back from getting in a relationship with anyone. I always ended up feeling like I can't do that to a person. It feels wrong. How things moved forward to me was I opened up first before I dated anybody. I did ended up in like middle high school crushes or whatever and dates and like relationships, but we were all literally children. Which, so I think we kind of get a pass a little bit, but I always feel bad about all of that because that hurts people. Um, but my first serious relationship was like someone who was like assigned female at birth. And I told this person, like, I don't know what I am. And I don't know if I'm going to hurt you, but I have some sort of feelings like we're besties and I want to see what happens. They were very open to my sexuality and me being unsure. And yeah, later on, you know, it helped me learn a lot. And I was like, yeah, there's definitely chemistry, but I'm definitely attracted to other people, I guess. And then we broke up. But yeah, that's how it went for me. But other people suck. Like, not like all other people, but like I've dated a lot of people or gone on dates, and a lot of people, men usually, have been really immature, disrespectful, and just like the list goes on. But I'm not saying that's this person. I actually get a pretty sweet energy about this person. I do think like there's a lot of internal conflict emotionally, and Paul might be the person who doesn't know how to sort that out. All right. So I see a bunch of questions, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to skip them and focus on a donation reading. So I hope you're still here. Let me scroll. Find the question. Yeah, Mia May 34. Welcome to the channel. I can't believe you just did that. I appreciate your donation. And I hope you don't mind that I did that reading. It just felt really important. All right, what is NB feeling towards me? We were in a relationship and I ended up blocking him. Wow. Oh, and thank you. Yeah, I saw your message that it's okay that I did Dottie's reading first. How are you so cool? Why are you? I'm like, okay, Steph called it because earlier I wasn't sure about going live, and Steph told me, like, you know, I wasn't so sure that one day, but things went really well. And so I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. Yeah. You're welcome, Dottie. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna lie. You're like giving me like grandma vibes. I don't mean that like you're older. I just mean like you, how loved my grandma made me feel. It is like that warm, like unconditional love for some reason. Anyways, I don't know. But like, yeah, so I hope that makes sense. But I basically just mean you have a very kind energy to you. Is at least like the impression I'm getting. Oh, I'm so sweet. What? Thank you. You get that a lot? Wow. I believe it then. Tells me they get mom energy or grandma. And then like in a good way, obviously. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I definitely smile a lot more as like the activities happen and like these good things happen. Over the last live streams, I wasn't like smiling the whole time and I felt fine, but I'm like, okay, this is what happens when I feel like all of this, I don't know, kindness and like I like positive attention for sure. I think who doesn't? You're 19, lol. Wow. I think people in your life are lucky to have you. Oh, that's funny. What is NB feeling towards me? We were in a relationship and I ended up blocking him. What happened there? And Dottie, I hope you also come back and do more readings in the future because you give similar energy. Yeah, I think I was saying that too, Dottie, but honestly, like both your, and then you both have like kind of like blank black profile picture. I think Mia May, you have stars, constellations. So it's like, I think you both are like synchronized. What are both of your sun signs? Can I ask? That sounds like Pisces vibes as well. If not the person, but your intuition and your feeling. My kindness kept on telling me that he is in love with me, but yet felt like an option. And I think true, real relationships. Ooh, December 9th? Wait, you're both Sagittarius? What? You're not going to guess my birthday. So I'll tell you. It's March 9th. And March 9th, 3-9, added together, gets 12, December. And obviously, we're born on the 9th. I don't know if Steph is still here. But Steph, you can chime in if you want to share stuff. But like, I won't say other like information because it's like your information to disclose. But yeah, that is so cool. 9 is my number too, obviously, since we're born on the 9th. But yeah, wow, I can't believe today happened this way. I feel really blessed right now. So what is envy feeling towards you? The star card. This card came out earlier. The sun card, okay. And the 5 of wands card. I think they want your attention. They want your communication. They don't understand. Perhaps, maybe this isn't it, but they're like, I don't see what I did wrong. But I think they do. I think the 5 of wands says they have a conscience and they do feel some sort of guilt for the way they did things. I do think they had real feelings for you, though. Woo! Ace of Cups. Yeah. So that is what I've got for your first question. Yeah. And if your second question is related to NB, I think you can just put this all as one question and keep asking a few more for follow-ups, and we can just pull cards on each one. And then if you want like a second extended reading to donate, like that sounds really cool to me. To have other options. Yeah. That could be someone who has like insecurity and was telling me to meet other people in case we don't work out. Honestly, this sounds like someone like, yeah, who is insecure and felt like maybe I'm not good enough for you and maybe you're going to find someone better and you're going to replace me and you're going to abandon. You know, I do think there's a universal theme in humans that we all end up having fear of abandonment and betrayals and things like that. So it's possible that this person might just felt like they were just, you know, being honest. And I think like when we meet someone, oh, I gave him so many chances, so many chances. What's like the outcome of this? Okay. The Page of Wands. I think it's an open-ended outcome. It's going to depend on how you feel about life, how you feel about the way about going with things. Just like drained now. I don't want him no more. I loved him so much. And now that love is just like poof. I would say that like, yeah. Because for me, like, well, it's different for everyone. You know, I'm a Pisces and like it can be very different. Though I know someone else who's a Pisces and they feel the opposite as me, that when they like they can just lose feelings or like investment in a connection and be fine apparently. But myself, most of the time, I'm very invested in my relationships, friendships, connections, all of it. But yeah. So how it is for me is that like if the feelings just aren't there anymore, then it's like maybe you had strong feelings about the potential and the ideal of who this person was. And maybe when you realize they were not exactly who you were hoping they were and that it just didn't work out that way, it could just be that like if you don't feel like coming back together. But I do think this person had real feelings for you, if that is any consolation. And I think in the Page of Wands, as the outcome is to be honest, if you're at a point in your life in the future where you're still kind of like open, available, I feel like this person, if you ever unblocked them, they would probably try again, to be honest. Broke up like 4 times because he kept on making mistakes so many times. He made me feel so unsafe and unstable. Yeah, that's important in a relationship, obviously. Yeah. I'd be a hypocrite if I was like, yeah, I wouldn't go through that. Because it's like I'm in a relationship where we've been on and off a lot. But things did end up working out a little bit better now. But this is a very rare situation between me and this guy. And thank you so much. Mia May 34. Wow. Welcome to the channel. And I hope in the future you want to do more readings together, and I hope I can give like whatever insight or positive messages. I'm not always in the same state of mind. Other times I'm not as confident as I am right now, but I do try my best. He would come back and tell me that he will change, and he doesn't end up changing. Wow. What is Keenan feelings towards me? Is there any potential between us? Oh, thank you. I'm starting to feel more confident. I had some breakthroughs earlier today about why I didn't feel confident doing readings, but I'm getting more confident now as I have those realizations. And I'm not gonna lie, this live stream went really well. I met a lot of wonderful people. I think also reconnected. For some reason, Dottie just sounds so familiar. I'm like, I think you've been on the channel before, but there's a lot of times where I feel that. And then the person goes, nope, I'm completely new. And I'm like, what? I think those are soul connections on some level or another. That's just how I feel about people. Alrighty, so let's do, what is Keenan's feelings towards me? Is there potential between us? I'm going to let, okay, a card come out. The 7 of Wands. It says perseverance, stamina, survival, but the card gives a different vibe. Judgment card. I think like based off of what's happening, it feels like a really challenging connection for some reason. If it doesn't, my prediction is that it will be. But if it's important and you feel a real spark, I think it's always kind of worth like going with your heart. And if you really feel invested about a person or about like your feelings, that it's usually worth prioritizing anyways. And I think with what happened with the person before, like you'll catch on to certain red flags and makes it easier for you to set healthy boundaries again. It was never your fault when people cross those boundaries the first time, but we do kind of end up learning like more and more how to reinforce more of who we are about. We learn more about what we truly want, and it makes it easier for us to stand up for what we believe in. A long distance, that's why. Whoa. The satellite card is the next card. And if you know much about satellites, they are literally long distance communicators. That's what a satellite is. Or like the satellite, you know, in outer space to view the planet at all times with different satellites. Those obviously are like long distance like cameras, but it's the same concept. So we're also connected through like Wi-Fi, so to speak, connection to those satellites. Like that's literally, satellites are literally like a wireless signal. Signals are all like that, but yeah. So that's very, very interesting. Is there potential? I think this showing there's potential, but it's challenging. Yeah. It doesn't seem like there's no potential. 6 of Pentacles. And I do think like this person's making a real effort and that somehow this long distance connection is somehow providing more respect and communication than the person you may have been with before, which how I don't know. And that's just that feels really important at this time. Three of Pentacles, yeah. And so with my love life, I basically ended up at times where I've broken up, I do end up meeting a lot of people, and sometimes it just brought me back to the same person. So who knows what the outcome would bring, but this does seem like the person of focus at this time, important for your love life at this time. All those awful dates that I went on felt like they actually taught me something in the end. And I also had good dates that I went on, but that was all they were. They all ended up teaching me something, or there was some, but it was always just one piece of the puzzle. So the Three of Pentacles, I think, is signaling once again about the potential that you really could actually grow and build something. And I think if you're willing to be patient with the situation, and if you get really serious, hopefully they can plan to meet and that it actually happens. So that's what I've got about the potential. I do think this is someone that makes you feel pretty good at this time. I hope. So let me know if that resonates. I definitely got the long distance message, that's for sure. Mercury, and that they're a good communicator. Hi, Nika. What? Oh, you're welcome. Sorry. I'm going to read the message. What do we do to get a reading? Can you see what's the immediate future in my career and finances and also in love? So I can tune in, and I can't guarantee any particular outcome, but I can always do a reading, and it could always end up being insightful, and it could resonate and ring true for you. I am actually heading out pretty soon. I can do a very quick reading for free, but if you want to donate, I have donation links down below. Let me know if that is an option for you or not. But I will be closing up readings really, really soon. So everyone that I wasn't able to get to today, Danny, sorry. But I will be back more regularly from now on, I feel. Alrighty. Yeah, so I'll close out the reading. And I'm glad that all resonates, Mia May. And yeah, I'll probably be back tomorrow, honestly. So if anyone wants to tune back in, when you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you will be notified whenever I go live. So any reading, let's do a quick card on the immediate future of your career and finances. Uranus, I think you've got a strong likelihood of being successful with this. You might have applied somewhere that you feel really strongly about. You're like, I really want that position. Or if it's not about that, it's like, I really want this business to work out. Something you feel very strongly about. Let me know if that resonates. Is there something in the immediate future where you feel very, very passionate about doing it? And that'll give a lot of insight onto sort of your path. I think we need to trust our passion, our desires more. And then we get Nebula. I do think in the immediate future, you might not see the results you're looking for in this passion, but I think these are the right ideas, and I think it's going to work out in the long run. That's what I get. So I hope that resonates. Yes, both actually. Wow. And then a card about love, immediate future. The Sun card, you might have been experiencing more communication with people recently and connecting more with loved ones. And the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I do think this is a lucky time. So if you were to try and meet new people right now, you might have some really positive interactions, whether this is at the grocery store and you're like, wow, that person at the grocery store was so nice. Or on a dating app even, or an old friend, whatever it may be, you might end up having a really positive interaction or numerous positive interactions. That's what I get for your love life in the immediate future. You too, Miss King? What? Oh, okay. Thank you. All right, Miss King donated. Margaret, I was gonna say that unfortunately I'm actually heading out now, but that gave me a boost, and I feel like I will just end this reading with your question. So I hope this is a good reading for you. And thank you, Miss King, for donating as well. Yay. Yeah, Nika, I hope that you have a really good day ahead of you tomorrow. Or if the time zone is that it's morning time for you right now, then I hope you have a good day. It's about 8 p.m. over here, so it's getting pretty late. All right, will I find my dream apartment? Judgment. I think with careful planning and planning, budgeting, sustaining yourself, building community, taking care of the important tasks, I think you will. I think believe in your dream home. I think it's going to take a lot of time, and that there's no telling where you might kind of end up and when with the Page of Wands. But the Page of Wands is positive. It's like you can end up somewhere even better. So I think you're going to find your dream home, but I think that's going to be something that takes place over a big course of time. So I have no time frame on that. That's just what I have for the question. I hope that is true for you, and I hope you find that place ASAP anyways. But I do think you are going to get to a really good living situation. All right. Hi, Aries. Hello, can I ask? Yes, you will officially be my last reading for the night. So, yes, ask away. Thank you for everyone who participated in readings tonight, and as well as for donating. You're all very, very sweet. I'm just checking my 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 emails. Yeah, I appreciate all the support. Hi, Ara. You're welcome, Margaret. What is next for me in love? Hi, my name is Ara. What is next for me in love? Okay. So I hope this resonates with you. I'm just going to pull a few cards on this. Three of Pentacles. I think, keep going. Keep working on it. Page of Cups. I think you might just be looking for a little bit of hope that that you're not doing something wrong, that you do deserve a really good partner. Maybe you've had is it me? Am I bringing it? Or maybe you feel very sure that it's not you, but more confidence in that. But sometimes we tend to ask am I the one doing this? Am I the reason why? I've thought at times in my life that I was the reason why people abused me, for example. I feel, and I'm sorry if this is triggering at all, but I just feel like messages of hope is what this card is about. It's what the keyword says. And just to reassure you that nobody deserves to be mistreated. It's never the person who got mistreated's apostrophe fault for some other person's actions against them, so against you, and that you also still deserve and can find a genuinely safe to love partner and person, and community perhaps as well, if community is or the environment has ever let you down. Four of Swords. Yeah, I think you are actually quite peaceful, but that situations in life maybe antagonized you or the situation, or a person like a past partner. Okay. Hi, Feisty Queen. You're here the other day, so I'm like, how can I not? But I really, 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 really do have to head out soon. But go ahead and drop a question. Just know it'll just be a really brief reading. Chariot. I do think right now you've done a lot of healing, and you may have spent enough time recovering and getting to a better place in your life. And now you feel more ready. Not totally ready, because we can't ever just be 100% like over everything that happened in life. But I do think you're at a point now where like you feel more ready to move forward and to like experience something like positive for yourself in love life. So that's what I'm getting is next for you in love. I do think you're moving forward at this time, and I do think you're going to find someone where it is safe to take steps. I think due to whatever's happened, you'll probably want to take it somewhat slow, or like just get to know each other type of a thing. But I do think you'll meet someone relatively soon, I think, where you can work on building trust and like mutual respect and things like that. That is my hope, and that's how I feel. And these cards sort of support that message, especially with the Emperor. So that's what I have for you. Why did my mom contact me today? Ooh. You're welcome. I'm glad that reading made sense. Yeah. Why did your mom contact you today? Swirly emoji. So it feels like mixed feelings about that. Ten of Swords. Well, I don't want to get into other people's personal stuff. Like, I could be wrong, but it could be that like there's like things have like the connection might not be like, I don't want to assume anything. Like, my situation with my parents is not necessarily other people's situation, but it could be that like you set up distance because there was a lot of like boundaries crossed and stuff when it comes to that relationship. So I think they may have reached out because they don't like the outcome. Or if you have a pretty good relationship with your mom, then I'm just basically getting that maybe they reached out today because they're not happy with the outcome. The Ten of Pentacles, but they aren't giving up, and it could be they want things to get better. So I hope this is right. Let's see. We don't have a good relationship. And the Lover's card. And obviously, I can speak from experience that there's toxic parents where like I wouldn't call that love. But the card that comes through is the Lover's card. So I would say maybe there's at least some establishment where there is some form of real, true, like love or affection from this person. I hope. I don't experience that personally, but the card that comes through, I do think this person does like have some form of real love here and some sort of positive wishes. Yeah. So she might actually have some parts from a good place for why contacting you, but it's not my place. I'm never gonna assume like the situation because I grew up like telling people my situation with parents, and often they'd be like, no, like they're your parents. So it'll just depend on your situation. Oh, guess I'll call her back. Yeah, I feel like this is one where you could actually maybe heal with more, like, you might just need more space and to more of your own life. And it could be a relationship that you can have some sort of maybe healthy relationship overall. But yeah. So yeah, I hope that goes well. I'm glad that that resonated. Yeah, because I think if I honestly could have had things actually work out with the people who raised me, I would have done it. In fact, I kept trying, but that's not the situation in my life. Sadly. Okay. Hey, Paris can be so weird at times. Hi, Cosmo. Thank you for subscribing. If you hit the notification bell, I will be back tomorrow. Unfortunately, I have to head out. Um, and yeah, you're welcome, Feisty Queen. And thank you for getting another reading from me. That makes me feel actually more confident because I'm like, cool. Yeah, like I'm a tarot reader. So yeah, this was a very positive experience for me. Okay. I'll pull one card, Cosmo, but I will say it's just going to be very brief, so I could be wrong. I don't know. Current feelings towards you and actions. 7 of Pentacles. I think they're not going to make a move at this time. There's delays at this time. I could be wrong about it. The Tower. But I do think that something might change. And that, like, over time, you might see a change in the connection where they might actually reach out to you. Hi, Sugar Cube. I'm actually right about to head out. Wow. Oh my gosh. Thank you all. I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, I gotta head out. I have to do some errands at this time, actually. I have someone waiting on me. So if you all want a reading from me in the future, we can do free readings. I will be back tomorrow. So if you subscribe and hit the notification bell, hopefully you catch me live tomorrow. You're all good, Sugar Cube. And I think you were here before. I do think, like, I think you tried to get a reading with me before. We might have got into it, but yeah. And I'll see you later, Danny. I'll talk to you all later. Also, this might be TMI, but wow, I really use the restroom. I've been holding it for about 45 minutes now, so I'm gonna go. And yeah. Oh, Maria. Yeah, I gotta go. So I'll talk to you all later. And yeah, thank you for liking this video. And I will talk to you. Yeah, I'm repeating myself because I don't want to actually go, but I have to. So, all right. Bye, everybody. And everyone who's new here, welcome to the channel. This is a great time to get into this channel because I'm finally back. A lot of people have been waiting. I've been on a long hiatus, and I think I'm officially going to be here pretty much every day. So yeah. All right. See you later. Bye.